Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Roadmap to Freedom. We are at the 12th session of the project. Let's look at the three relationships that exist between an individual and his property. A man controls none of his property. A man controls all of his property, or a man controls some of his property, but not all. Let's look at the first example. Man controls none of his property. This is impossible to attain because under the worst circumstances, a man may retain control of his thoughts and ideas. There are really only two possibilities. Either a man controls all of the derivatives of his life, or he controls some of them, but not all. The next question is, on what basis it is right for gaining control over any derivatives of the individual's life without his permission? On what basis it is right for A to control the property of C without the permission of C? Suppose, for the purpose of illustration, that an individual's property taken away from him without his permission in order to help pay for building of a stadium, right? Was this action right or wrong? Does this action involve stealing? Does this action involve slavery? And if it does, maybe it's not a bad stealing. Maybe it's an example of a good stealing and good slavery. Another illustration. Assume an individual C purchased a new experimental smartphone. One day, A smashes the back door of his apartment, takes his experimental smartphone home. Would you call A's action stealing? All right, case 2. A goes to B and says, B, is it all right with you if I take C's phone? And B says, go ahead, take it. Now A, without the permission of C, but with the permission of B, takes C's phone. Would anyone say at this point it's not stealing because B said it's okay? Case 3. A says, well, let me check this out a little bit more. He goes around the neighborhood, knocking on doors, and the vast majority of people, very democratically, most of people, more than 51% of people, say it's okay to take C's phone without C's permission. Would you say it's not stealing because the neighborhood said it's okay? Finally, last case. A says, I'm really going to check this out. And A asks every single individual on the planet, and every single individual says, go ahead, take it. Except one person. Can you guess who disagreed? Every individual says go ahead and take it except C, the owner. How many would say at this point it must not be stealing? Let me ask you this. What if instead the smartphone that taken from C without his permission, it was $1,000 or $100,000? Would it be the same? Let's say an innovator invests 20 years of his life developing a superior low-cost synthetic fabric. After the formula is perfected, it is taken without his permission, without the permission of the innovator who developed it, and sold to a textile firm for $1 million. Has the innovator been enslaved? Has his primary property been stolen? If millions of people now benefit from the mass production of this superior fabric, even though the innovator gets no money for it, does this not result then perhaps in good slavery, especially if the only one who is suffering is the innovator? Millions benefit and only person is not the innovator. He is enslaved, but it's only one person. Now, which one of the following examples of taking away property without permission of the owner involves slavery, involuntary servitude, and stealing? 1. A handsome, well-dressed man takes $5,000 from you without your permission to purchase a new auto to provide him with badly needed transportation to and from UCLA. Is this involuntary servitude, slavery, stealing? A middle-aged father with tears in his eyes takes $5,000 from you without your permission to help pay for his 6 years old blind daughter's eye operation. Is this involuntary servitude, slavery, stealing? A man dedicated to serving his community takes $5,000 from you without your permission in order to help finance the construction of a school for homeless orphans. Is that involuntary servitude, slavery, stealing? The good citizens of the community vote on and pass a measure taking $5,000 from you without your permission in order to help support airports and parks. Is that involuntary servitude, slavery, stealing? If you look, there are only two possibilities. Property leaves your hands with your consent, or without it. That covers all possibilities. Let us stop here. I would love to see your answers to the questions I posted in the comments below. Also, do not forget to like the videos, recommend them to your friends, and if you can help produce and distribute the course. With your donations, it will be much easier. Go to the Kamerton.global, Kamerton with the K, and find the donation page. Thank you in advance. Until next time.